Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of Renaissance Reacts. This is a side project for reactions to stuff. Predominantly, me and Sed will be doing music ones, but potentially film trailers, all sorts, different lads on doing different bits.
And
We
part of it is for me to try and learn how to genuinely react like a human being does, rather than the alien stroke robot that I am. A way for me to learn human emotion, I like to think of it as.
Yes, and this first one we are doing Zeal Ardor's Run. Um, Coming in, I will admit I know the song, but I've never seen the video. Seddon, have you ever heard of Zeal Ardor?
Nip. This is, and do you know what? We haven't talked about this beforehand, and I mean, other than getting a YouTube video ready, I know nothing other than one screen I saw of it, so I don't know what genre we're playing in. I don't know what kind of, well, I don't know anything about it. I mean, I think of something and something, and I think of Simon and Garfunkel. So I'm wondering whether this is going to be a modern interpretation of Bridge Over Troubled Water. That's pretty much what I've got in my locker. But I mean, that's one of the things we kind of wanted to do with this, wasn't it? We both love music, and we've
Yes.
been talking about this a bit. And I think our love of music is grand, but sometimes with a love of music, it's very easy to get caught into a cycle of the stuff you know and like. So this is kind of hopefully something where we're going to, some of the songs will be stuff that maybe we pick for each other. And as I say, the hope is that we will have other people from the Renaissance Men channel jump in and do some of these reactions with us. But also, like a way to randomly pick stuff, get you guys to pick stuff. But yeah, just opening our eyes and our ears to something new doesn't always mean it'll be something good for us, though. But that's part of the fun,
Exactly.
isn't it?
Yes. So, do your magic, Sed.
Look at that.
Woohoo!
That's amazing. That's like I'd prepared this before, and I clicked a button. So what I was going to say, young man, is that I will tee it up and I'll click play. But as ever, I think if there's anything you want to bring up along the way, just tip us a nod, and I'll pause it, and we can discuss, be it
Yes.
musically or video-y. But good luck. Hope this goes well. See you on the other side.
Run while you still can. Stay a living man. Fly at any cost. For the lives you lost, run. Won't come alive just to mitigate. Some people gon' die, what you wanna hear? Sitting on the bed, that's the way to go. Way too bright just to let it go. Now.
Give it a pause.
Just don't be late.
So, what are you thinking so far?
Yeah. I quite like this. I think I like it musically at the moment, possibly more than I do his voice. But that's kind of nothing against that. The only thing that I'm kind of hoping to pick up as we go on is maybe a bit of what's going on lyrically, because I am finding that as much as I'm liking the music, the video is a bit of a distraction for me, and I'm not really focusing on what he's saying. I'm kind of randomly waiting to see whether that dude who's bent over and probably showing his butt on his balls is going to come flying past at any point. So yes, I don't dislike the video, but I will say that the video is distracting me from the song maybe a little bit at the moment. And when we said beforehand, the only thing I knew about it was one visual. It's kind of that face is what I saw beforehand. So I guess I kind of had an idea that it probably wasn't going to be the Simon and Garfunkel hit that I was. But yeah, so far so good. But I mean, for you, someone who knows the song, I guess how you finding the video interacting with it?
It is working a lot because lyrically, it's run, it's dark, it's a bit weird and freaky.
Yeah.
So it needed a weird and freaky video.
Yeah, it is leaning into weird and freaky, isn't it? I'll give it that.
Yeah.
I mean, God, there's I'm sure when we do more of these, there's some hella freaky shit out there that will put this to shame. But yes, it does kind of lean into the oddities. Yeah. And how I just want to know how that dude managed to like get bent over that far, and he's got a very good facial expression, by the way. I want that. He shows what I think he's trying to get across fear right now, and he looks fucking scared. I'm just not sure of what, but yes. Right, let's jump back in and see whether the butt man catches him.
Hesitate, it'll be your end. Look alive, 'cause you feel alive and dead. Don't you cry, 'cause you gon' hurt yourself.
See, I'm going to say, I said earlier about how the video was probably distracting me a little bit from the music.
Yeah.
That, though, is where you cross a line between not caring anymore that the video is distracting, because I didn't know how much I needed in my life seeing what looks like a lunatic's asylum playing Ring a Ring of Roses. And now that I've seen it, I go, I might not have known I needed it, but goddamn, I needed it. And that was a great moment. And yeah, as I say, like, it gets you that kind of kick into the heavier kick there. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Like whoever directed this video, that was a grand part. Like that really was good. I like that a lot.
That is, I think that's what visually is going on in my head when I'm on my way to work listening to really horrible death metal.
If only there were 5 other people around me in hospital, like who could bring a Ring of Roses with me right now.
Yeah, with a massive smile on my face whilst listening to the most horrible music known to man.
Yeah, and again, I mean, like I know we're not going like kind of that much further, but yeah, I'm still liking the music side of it, and I'm sure when we touch on more stuff from kind of let's say the death metal genre rather than like kind of some of the other metal stuff, I think you'll probably find a bit of consistency with me. Is often I like it musically more than vocally. I do often struggle with the screechier it gets, and the less I can understand the lyrics, the more off-putting I find it. Not totally, because sometimes I think it's like rhythmically really good, but yes, there's a really thin line for me between you're just fucking screeching and I like it, and I think my line is kind of way back from yours, but so far with this one, no, like none of that. I think it kind of goes again like with the music really well. I can kind of see where it transitions in, and I'm really intrigued by this next part because this is a very, very cool visual of your man in the back, just sort of backlit. And I'm guessing like who they're running from with got kind of red bits is a bit of a devilly demony type dude. So be intrigued to see whether he comes back and joins in the Ring of Roses. before it belts into the next bit of music, I can now see why they have the epilepsy warning at the beginning of it, because it kind of does get in there. I quite like the visuals it's going for. It feels very Mandy, the Nick Cage movie esque, like kind of in when they're going to like the evil bit, like that oversaturation of reds and kind of freaky kind of visuals behind it. So yeah, quite good. But yeah, if you didn't take note of the warning earlier, sorry.
Though, have you? Can you understand what he's saying?
Oh, again, I think I've lost. I was going to say lost hope. That's not what I've even lost caring about what he's saying at this point. I have been drawn more into the video and the music than actually lyrically what he's covering at all, if I'm honest. But I mean, again, it's the first play, isn't it? So often, you know, you're going to potentially be pulled out of lyrically what it is. But yeah, I've got no idea what he said, probably for the last at least 2 minutes and 41 seconds.
So it's run while you can, watch the fucker go. Where's your Messiah when times are dire? Where's your fucking God when times are dire? You better run.
Playing Ring of Roses, I imagine he is. Or weirdly enough, every time you said Dyer, I kept thinking of Danny Dyer. I've no idea why. Maybe that's because he is what I envision as the physical Cockney embodiment of hell. But yeah, I really haven't. I haven't in any way, shape, or form focused on the lyrics at all. Like it could just be someone going. It could someone be making, not as I say, like a single noise, but a single noise would be monotonous, wouldn't it? I think it's rhythmically, I'm getting the lyrics, but I'm not actually listening to them. But as I say, I think because there's a lot since Ring of Roses time, there's been a lot going on in this video, and I'm finding myself very fixated on that whilst enjoying the music in the background.
Yeah, I think it's one of those. Obviously, if we do more of the heavier shit, obviously it's because I listen to a lot of it. I can make out what they're saying. It's that sort of kind of the non-metal listener, or not at least not the least extreme shit listener, on whether you can actually.
What are you talking about, non-metal listener? Fucking listen to Def Leppard. What are you talking about? We'll get to that at some point. We'll get to my love of Def Leppard at some point on this, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I know like you can have things like the lyrics coming up on with it, and again for all musical genres and things like that. But obviously, part of doing this is trying to listen to the song whilst trying to sort of take in the video. So I think that is a kind of risk to react in this way of going. If the video is particularly engaging, your senses are only going to take in one of them. Whereas I guess the other way is we could be listening to a song and totally kind of taking that in because the video's shit. And then unfortunately, because we're trying to do a bit of a visual medium here, I'm kind of hoping that more often than not, the videos are at least passably interesting as well. Otherwise, you're just looking at us kind of going, but yeah, lyrically, I'm sure it's fantastic if I was listening to that at all. It's gone dark. Is someone going to come out that window? Is that what we're building to here? Oh, someone. Ooh.
It's him in the window.
Looking out the window. Looks a bit sad, bless him. My heart goes out to him right now.
He looks like he's in civvies and not in...
He's not in his hospital clothes anymore.
No.
Oh. What about fish eyes in there?
Looks a bit like it. Just people walking.
Okay.
Well, yeah, the video definitely adds to that.
I guess that bit at the end is, and what a bad time for me to pause and have a chat. I only paused to have a chat because I felt like we were kind of hitting that bit where, you know, it dies down momentarily, and then it was going to kick back in. I didn't realize that kind of that was songeth doneth, and then we were going to get like kind of the, oh yeah, he's not in the hospital anymore, but actually still fishy evil stuff is around. So yeah, kind of apologies on the timing on that, but I mean, I don't know, funny enough, like here we go again. I was kind of enjoying it so much that I almost didn't want it to end, and that felt like kind of an abrupt end to me. It was a bit of a shame to me. But yeah, like video wise, it unintentionally so, it lent into comedy things that I quite like. As I say, a group of adults doing Ring a Ring of Roses, people in hospital gowns bending over, but yeah, I don't think it was necessarily intentionally funny by that regard. But I just found it that interesting, and I found him, the main dude, quite visually interesting. So whenever he was on the screen, like I was like, okay, not necessarily what are you going to do next, but like the facial expressions he was putting and things like that were engaging enough for me. How did that video work out for you?
As I say, I really, really liked it. It fits the song really well, and yeah, Manuel, the guy behind Zeal Ardor, he very much has a penchant for doing the right video for the right song, and yeah, this is another one, but he's hit that well. Would you listen to more?
Well, that's the thing. I was going to say, like, it's made me interested enough to listen to more. Now, what I probably will do, and some of the stuff we'll do on here is, I think there's the kind of concept of going, well, you know, I could just go and listen to some stuff on Spotify or go and buy an album. I might actually hold fire on listening to any more, and maybe so in some later episodes we could revisit them and do some of the other stuff, because I quite, as much as I liked the music, and I did, and I'd be interested to listen to more, I would also be interested to see more of the videos. And I quite like the idea of maybe doing like one or two more at least on here to kind of see how the videos and the songs match up. But the only criticism I'll say, something I said during it, is it took me away from lyrically. But yeah, I quite like the idea of hearing their music and seeing a few more of their vids.
See, I think next one of these we'll go first albums. This is off the latest album that came out a couple of weeks ago. So I think maybe go back to album 1 and I'll pick something.
Do you know what? I wouldn't have been able to age it. Like listening to it, and I say wouldn't have been able to age it. Clearly, I knew it wasn't from the 1920s, but like I wouldn't have been able to age it necessarily in a range of anything from probably in the last 25 years of music. I wouldn't have said it necessarily like sounds kind of ultra modern, or like I don't know, stuff from the 90s and things like that. I think it was quite nice in that regard of going. I didn't feel out of place with it. It felt like someone had written a song they wanted to write rather than they were trying to fit a particular sound that's happening right now or that was happening 10 years ago, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So obviously I'll go into more once we've watched more about Zeal Ardor, because it's a very interesting one.
Slightly gutted that, and one of the things that we talked about this is, as I say, we'd like to try and get the other boys on as we go, because I think one of the things that we've said kind of offline is that I think our musical tastes vary quite a lot, and I think yours and my musical tastes vary a lot as well, but cross-contaminate in certain areas. And I think there'll be stuff that you'll pick out that I will hate. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I think there'll be stuff that I'll pick out that you will hate. And I think, but more so, what's probably be more interesting is stuff that other people pick out for us. But the only shame of it for me for this one is I kind of would have been nice to have like Jimbo and Stu on in this one, because I'd be really interested to see kind of their reactions to this. But yeah, I would say not something that fits snugly in my comfort wheelhouse. Like I don't necessarily seek out anything kind of really under the death metal banner, but there's stuff that when I hear it I kind of go, yeah, I like that, and yeah, this fit that for me. But bearing in mind, I've got no bloody idea what they were saying, but I didn't need to. I didn't feel like.
Yes. So we will be back with another one very soon. And this time, it's a rando pick
Rando
for
pick.
the next. So until then, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all of the YouTubey things. And until next time,
drop us stuff in the comments. Drop us stuff that
yes,
you would like us to listen to. I mean, ultimately, we'd like to avoid stuff that we know, but of course, who knows what we know? So, yeah, like please chuck stuff in, and if it's something that we're both very, very au fait with, yeah, we'll probably skirt around that, or we might do those ones later when we burnt through it. But we will probably react to pretty much anything you put in there, be it any genre, anything like that. We are not limiting what we will do here. This really is kind of a I don't know,
free-for-all.
a venture of discovery, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, we will pan stuff if we hate it, but I think we're going into this with the hope that we'll find some stuff that we probably wouldn't have listened to otherwise that really impresses us.
Exactly. So yeah, comments down there. Chuck some stuff in that you think we should listen to, so we can then build up a roster of songs to work our way through. And
And if
until
you've
next
got
time,
anyone doing Ringing Roses in the video, you already know we like that sort of shit. So thank you for that.
exactly.
And again, we say songs. Sorry, I know we're trying to do an outro. We say songs, but also like videos. Like if there's something that even if you're not sure whether like music-wise it will, if there's a video you've seen that you kind of think is particularly pertinent. I remember one of the first times I ever saw a YouTube reaction video was it was when Childish Gambino did "This Is America," and I was quite interested to see people react to the video because the video was a statement piece in itself. So yeah, if you know of any videos out there that you think will wow us visually, and then give us those to have a look at as well.
Exactly. And until next time, goodbye.